This is a lateral view. Here you can see this is a left acetabulum. This is a left pelvis. Here you can see, and this is the we have removed the upper part of the pubis. This part we have removed on the left side, and ischiopubic rami also removed at here. So both the part of the bony part and the part of the ischial tuberosity we have cut. Most of major portion of the ischial tuberosity we have cut for the to visualize the proper ischiorectal fossa. So today we will discuss about the ischiorectal fossa and this rods which is it is inside the ischiorectal fossa. So ischiorectal fossa, it is a wedge shaped space on each side of the anal canal. My forceps, this forceps which is goes inside the anal canal, you can see this is the opening of the anal canal. So this is the anal canal opening. So it is a wedge shaped space on each side of the anal canal below to the pelvic diaphragm. Below to the pelvic diaphragm, this is the muscles of the pelvic diaphragm. This is a levator ani muscle. So it is lies below to the pelvic diaphragm. It is a wedge shaped space on each side of the anal canal below to the pelvic diaphragm. The apex which is formed into the upper part, here just inner side of the upper part of the ischial tuberosity. This part on the middle part, it is the apex of the fossa, and base, here there is a base we have got. So the base, here there is a opening of the anal canal. So the base which is at the lower part, it is present downwards and superficially. It is a base. It is the ischiorectal fossa. It is also called the ischioanal fossa as per the addition of the nomina anatomica, because it is located basically around to the anal canal. It is located around to the anal canal. So that's why it is called the ischioanal fossa, not the ischiorectal fossa. Now it is mostly, it is here we have major portion which is remove the fat. So we have removed the most of the fat. All this inner side there it is formed by the fat, and it is filled with the fat and act as an elastic cushion to allow the expansion of the rectum during the defecations. And the boundaries, it is a measurement antero-posteriorly. So anterior to posteriorly, this is the lateral view, you have to remember. So anterior to posterior means this angle. Anterior to posterior means it is this direction. This is the direction of the ischiorectal fossa. So my forceps which is lies inside the antero-posteriorly, here you can see this direction. It is a 5 centimeter. Vertically it is nearly also 5 centimeter in length, and the transverse diameter, it is also 2.5 centimeter. It is the transverse diameter of the ischiorectal fossa. Medially, the boundaries which is the converge, and the medially it is bounded by the, this is a levator ani muscles and the fascia covering to the levator ani, and it is a inferior fascia of the urogenital diaphragm. And the lower part, it is a vertical part. It is formed by the external anal sphincter. It is formed by the external anal sphincter. So the medially it is bounded by the lower part of the levator ani muscles, and it is vertically, or it is covered by the inferior fascia of the it is covered by the inferior fascia of the urogenital diaphragm, and it is lower part, it is the external anal sphincter. The lateral boundary here, it is the just inner side of the ischial tuberosity, just inner side of the ischial tuberosity. So the lateral boundary at here, it is the pelvic surface of the ischial tuberosity, and it is there is on the most lateral aspect there is a presence of the pudendal canal, and it is covered by the obturator fascia and obturator internus, and fascia covering to the obturator internus. So here you can see this is a laterally, here you can see there is a pudendal nerve and vessels which is lies inside the lateral aspect, and it is covered by the laterally. So laterally it is bounded by the obturator internus, which is inside the ischial tuberosity. Here there is a obturator internus. So obturator internus and obturator fascia, and there is a inner side or pelvic surface of the ischial tuberosity. It is the lateral boundary of the ischiorectal fossa. Apex, it is the fusion of the medial and lateral boundary. Here you can see this is a medial boundary. It is the continuous upwards, and the lateral boundary both are fused at that level. It is a fusion. It is the apex. It is formed by the inferior fascia of the pelvic diaphragm, and there is a obturator fascia which is meeting, and it makes the apex. And sometimes there is a obturator fascia here on the lateral aspect, the around to the above to the medial to the pudendal canal. There is obturator fascia, and it is goes upwards. It goes upwards or deep, and the same way the inferior fascia of the urogenital diaphragm, both are merged, and it makes the apex of the ischiorectal fossa. So this apex, it is sometimes there is both the fascia which is not united, and it retains separated, and it makes the hiatus of Skivel, and it lead to there is a herniations. It lead to there is a herniation of the pelvic organ. Base which is formed by the, it is a base which is formed by the skin and superficial fascia. Here it is formed by the skin and superficial fascia. It is formed by the base. Anteriorly, this is the recess, proper recess. Anteriorly, the recess which is extension between the inferior fascia of the urogenital above to the deep perineal pouch. It is above to the deep perineal pouch. It is a fascia covering to the levator ani muscles. So it is anteriorly the anterior recess which is extension above to the deep perineal pouch. This is a deep perineal pouch. Here you can see this is a superficial transverse perineum. Here there is a deep transverse perineum muscles, and this is a levator ani muscle. So in between this portion, it is called the anterior recess, and it is above to the deep perineal pouch between the pelvic diaphragm and urogenital diaphragm. The posterior extension, this is called the posterior extension, which is covered by the backward extension. It is on the side of the coccyx. This is a coccyx. Here you can see this is on the side of the coccyx between the sacrotuberous ligament and sacrospinous ligament, which is the posterior recess of the ischiorectal fossa. So this is a posterior extension of the ischiorectal fossa, and this portion, it is a proper ischiorectal fossa. It is a proper ischiorectal fossa. Anteriorly ischiorectal fossa, which is the extend up to the where there is a superficial and deep perineal muscles, which with intervening the perineal membrane, it is a limited. So this is a anterior limit of the ischiorectal fossa. This is the anterior limit of the ischiorectal fossa. It is a posterior portion of the perineal membrane and deep perineal pouch. Posterior limit of the deep perineal pouch and perineal membrane intervening. It is the anterior limit of the ischiorectal fossa. Posteriorly, it is covered by the sacrotuberous ligament, and it is covered by the lower fiber of the gluteus maximus. Lower fiber of the gluteus maximus. It is the posterior boundary. Lunate fascia, which extend laterally from the pudendal canal. Here you can see this is a extend from the laterally from the pudendal canal. It goes upwards, just medial to the obturator fascia, and it arches above to the ischiorectal fat. It arches above to the ischiorectal fat, and it is goes medially and merge with the fascia covering to the deep part of the external anal sphincter. Here you can see this fascia covering to the external anal sphincter. So it is merged with the fascia, deep part of the fascia covering the deep part of the external anal sphincter, and summit of the most upper part of the lunate fascia, it is called the tegmentum. It is called the tegmentum, and upper part of the it is called the suprategmental space. And the most lateral aspect of the ischiorectal fossa just underbeneath to the ischial tuberosity, the finger inside the ischiorectal fossa, and this is the just lateral aspect. There is a pudendal canal, and here you can see this pudendal canal, it gives the branches from and it crosses the inferior rectal nerve, and here you can see this is the inferior rectal vessels also. This is the inferior rectal vein, and this is the artery, and this is a nerve. This inferior rectal nerve which supplies to the external anal sphincter. Here you can see this is the external anal sphincter. So inferior rectal nerve which supplies to the external anal sphincter as well as skin around to the anus. So, and the inferior rectal nerve and vessels which crosses from lateral to medial side throughout the ischiorectal fossa. So it is crosses from lateral to medial side, you have to remember. Now we have keep the body on the posterior aspect, and this is the anal opening, and this is a sacrum, and this is a coccyx, and we discuss on the ischiorectal fossa on the left side, but here you can see we have dissected, we have not caught the ischial tuberosity on the right side. So here you can completely see the ischial tuberosity on the right side, and this is a portion of the gluteus maximus which cover to the ischiorectal fossa on the posterior aspect. Along with it, there is a, you can see also this is a ligament. It is a sacrotuberous ligament. Here you can see this is a sacrotuberous ligament, and the structure underneath to the sacrotuberous ligament are the pudendal vessels and nerves which is passes, and this is the sacrospinous ligament. This is a sacrospinous ligament, and this is a sacrotuberous ligament. And here you can completely see this is the fill up with the fat on the right side, because we have not completed dissected. And here you can see this is a inferior rectal nerve and vessels which crosses to the lateral to medial side, and I will insert my forceps. And here you can see this inferior rectal nerve and vessels which is come out, and it is whole ischiorectal fossa which is pierced by lateral to medial side from the pudendal canal to the up to the anal sphincter. So this is about to the on the right side, and you can see there is a fat inside the ischiorectal fossa which is filled up with the fat. So both the ischiorectal fossa, right and left ischiorectal fossa, which is communicated on the posterior aspect, and it is the horseshoe shaped space. Whenever there is an infection of the this space, abscess which is formed inside the ischiorectal fossa, there is a pus may be collected, abscess collected nearly 500 ml, and it is very very painful, and we have to do the IND. So hope you will enjoy the lecture of the ischiorectal fossa. Thank you.